Hello, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself up here on the show tonight with the one and only Bridgeman and the young legend, yes, the young legend that is GB. How we doing, boys?
Good evening, Ox. Good evening, Bridgeman. Hope you are all well.
Thank you, pal. Good evening to you two guys in the panel. Huge good evening to the guys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans that are listening in all over the world. Good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Top man.
With a wee bit of drama in the studio here. I wish Gary all the best. Break a leg for the show and Bridgeman kicked him.
And I went straight off in mute.
How we doing, guys?
Very well, mate.
I seen you ordered that. A few people have, I know, the app.
Yep, aye, mate. So after the other night, I went on and had a wee look myself, and I've got it ordered for Thursday night. So I'm looking forward to it. And
enjoy it, mate.
And what I say is that you don't know. It's not often you'll get the chance to speak to a player. Hopefully, so I've got to take the opportunity. Yeah. Seems
to happen a lot in your house. How are you, Mitch?
I'm doing well, thanks, pal. Very well indeed.
Good, mate. Listen, I've got a wee. I meant to say when I said earlier on when we get sidetracked. Just to let everybody know, the coronavirus has become real in Rangers Radio. But Big Mucker, Big Stevie for the drum,
you're joking.
Positive today, so.
Oh my God!
Stay safe. He's all right. He's all right so far. He's feels a bit flu, but doesn't feel too bad. So obviously his family's got to self-isolate. So all our thoughts are with the big man and his family. Hope they stay safe and get through it. And
absolutely, but that goes for everybody.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
It just brings it home how real it is, the big man,
Aye. Nobody's immune to it yet.
No, not yet. Well, Bob Bridgeman, he's had about 4 Jags.
I'll tell you what, every day goes by and I'm counting it down, and the set is, what is it? It holds for. You'll not really notice how shall we say protected you would be until for 3 weeks. So I've got another week and a half to go, and then I'm protected. Yeah, I love it. Brilliant.
Then you can run riot, Bridge. You'll be
yes. There'll be no stopping them. We'll be up there dance halls.
Well, I have said to the wife, I'm just desperate to get out, take her out.
That's the thing you can open to. You think about it. You could open an over 70s dance hall this night, be mobbed. Everybody's had the jag. Do you know what I mean?
Entrepreneur.
I never thought of that. Wait a minute. On the show, folks, I'm going to make a few calls. But you could be the bouncer, you'll know them all.
We've been in contact a few times, aye.
You would need to show proof of your age to show that you'd had the jag, bitch.
I tell you what, we were speaking about it today, the wife and I, and it's actually true. You really don't know what to do, do you? How can you prove that you've had the jag? I come up with something.
It's some journey for you, Bridge, some journey.
I'll tell you what, it's not going to be long until people like yourselves who are the over 50s start getting involved.
Easy, Tiger, easy.
What?
Easy.
You may tell me you've not reached it yet, easy. The golden age.
Easy, mate, easy.
I know Gary hasn't, that's for sure.
What was I going to say? Just think about it, Bridge. That could be the way to go. They could all get the bus for nothing, start getting the money with their ticket. I'm a big fan of that. Get the bus to the do, have a wee do. Everybody's a winner, isn't they?
Absolutely, pal. Absolutely.
They can all get out and boot. They can boogie because they've had the jack. Brilliant. Right, okay. So all our thoughts go to big man. Stay safe, the biggin. And hope the family's all right. First and foremost, safety first, Bridgeman.
Agreed. 100%.
All right.
100%, pal.
Okay, I mean, obviously, I don't know if you're picking up on a lot of this stuff, and we've had this trip, and we've called it the journey, you know. And some people say it's come to an end now when we're back to our rightful place. People have said about the league flag or the Champions League music. Maybe within a few weeks we'll be doing the two of them. So, is the journey at the end, or is this with the start of a new journey? GB.
I think the journey continues, Ox, personally, in my opinion. That's what I was actually going to ask you tonight. Like, once we win the league, what is the next level? Do we now cement our status back at the top, and we continue to push on and let ourselves be the dominant force in Scotland? Because even at the times of McLeish and stuff like that, it was quite... it was like a title one season and then maybe not a title for a couple of seasons and stuff like that. So it would be good to see us maybe going a run now to dominance.
Yeah, I would like to grind them into the dirt personally, but that's just my personal feelings. I don't expect everybody to feel like that. Bridgeman, it's been eventful, and I've got to say, some of the highlights for me is getting to meet the people and getting involved with Rangers Radio, Rangers Chat back in the day, you know, and that's been a journey on its own. But how have you felt since it's 10 years now, Bridgeman? No, 2011. Sorry, 2012. You know, so it's 11 years now. You know, sorry, 9 years. Been a long time.
It has indeed, and you're right. Through Rangers Chat, it's actually, although it was kind of wild at times. That was because of the tensions and the frustrations of us, and we couldn't do it anyway. So everybody fought for each other, and the wee Rangers Radio Chat came in, and then that changed over to Rangers Radio, which to me is a far better platform. And I think a lot of the guys have followed on and come over with us, and it's been great. Mm-hmm. Myself.
But what about the team, Bridge? As far as the team's concerned,
well, it's
something personally, you know.
Something miraculous has happened since those bad days when they decided to put us into the third division of the Scottish Football League. There was a great expectation and that was, I think, primarily from the SPL, that it would only be into the first division and they come back up because they needed the money. But we ended up down there because that's where they thought was the safest place to put us, so that they wouldn't take all the glory away from them, and they would earn a few quid with the fans. And that's all that was about, in my opinion. And it was all done for badness and money.
But that's where we started. But what about the journey?
The journey's been spectacular for us. I mean, we've not that many real big setbacks, because we weren't expecting to get setbacks. There were times when we thought horrified, get beat here, or horrified, get beat there. But the truth is, as a club, we came forward. We only missed out one season. That was the first season we were in the Championship, and we lost out there. And then the next season we came up. It's been a fantastic journey for Rangers. Okay, we get stuck in the first two seasons, and in the SPFL number one slots league. You know, the Premiership. We didn't do well in the first season we were there, and although that was Stephen Gerrard had joined us. But no, sorry. The next season, that's why Stephen Gerrard joined us.
No. Warburton was there first, then Kachina.
I'm saying that there was a host of bad management decisions, and we ended up with Kachina. Sorry, I missed Kachina out there. And then we ended up with Stevie G 2.5 years ago. Nearly three now. Mm-hmm. So it's been wonderful stuff. And I'm sure that people like yourself and myself remember all these bad times quite fondly. Because they're a big learning curve for us. Now we're sitting at the top and we're looking down at them. Fantastic.
Highs and lows, Gary.
Yeah, I was just going to go on and say that it's been highs and lows. Personally, the whole the 2012-13 season, that first day up at Peterhead, I didn't really see it as a low. I seen the amount of fans that were still backing us and stuff like that at that time. It showed me that we were still going to come back for it. And what I say is probably the lows has been like maybe McCoist getting pushed at the door and stuff like that for me. A guy like that should have definitely had a better send-off, whether he won the league or no, personally.
Well, I'll give you my honest answer, mate. Ali should have went the year before. Ali should have went when he got his into the Championship and bowed out.
Mm-hmm. Do you think...
We'll never know how good McCoist could have been as a manager, the circumstances and the script, but he'd run his course. The guy was knackered. And he was making mistakes. And that was a low for me. And one of the lows for me was against Alloa. I think it was in the cup tie, or it was a league game, I can't remember. We were 2-0 up with 20 minutes to go, and we lost 3-2. I know we had bad results along the way, with Annan and Beacon, and but that was a low for me. But one of the big lows for me, Bridgeman, was we gave Kachina the job. I just had my head in my hands. You know that we talked to Farrell and here. I just couldn't believe that guy got the Rangers job, and obviously within 6 months we were proved right. Didn't want to be proved right, but I thought that was just a howling error, a low. But if we hadn't done that, we might have not got a spectacular hire. Stephen Gerrard, Bridgeman, Gary.
One of the things that we seem to forget is that with Ali, Ali had a kind of rough patch with us being the manager, but a lot of the fans had turned off him because he wanted to stay on to get his payoff, and the only payoff he was going to get was his full payoff, what he was due, and he was adamant. Nobody could blame him for trying to get his money, but the club didn't have the money, so he ended up in gardening leave. Remember? He was in gardening leave for, I don't know, a couple of months, maybe 6 months or something like that. And during that time, it was just shocking. We were just dreadful. Just dreadful. And poor Ali, a lot of the fans will never forgive him for doing that.
There'll be some fans who'll get their own personal opinions on Ali and they're entitled to them. Listen, we've got a wee clip to play. It was posted by the Plymouth True Blues and it was put on our Facebook page today. So we're going to play that clip just to remind us of some of the places we've been and the thoughts, and there's some good words in it. So let's hear for the video for the Plymouth True Blues.
Now, Rangers Football Club has signalled its intention to go into administration. The Glasgow-based club has lodged legal papers and has 5 days to formally declare that administrators have taken over.
I think at this moment in time we're wounded, there's no doubt about it. And there's probably 1 or 2 people out there enjoying it. Maybe 1 or 2 people having a wee fly kick. And I would suggest that I'm having a right good kick just now because we'll not be where we are for a long time.
The hunger to do that's no change. I'm here and I've envisaged myself a lot being here for many years to come, seeing the club back to where they should be and playing a huge part in that recovery for the club, and that's never changed, and if anything the hunger for doing that's improved, and that's how I see things.
I have to tell you, you guys have shown a support without which this club would not have survived. It's as simple as that. We will never ever go away, that is for sure. The lifeline of our great football club is every one of you in this stadium and every one of you that has showed, as I say, a quite unbelievable support and love for our football club, and that will always continue, and with your support along the way we will get back to where we belong. I have to say to you, guys, we have lost an unbelievable Ranger, but we have lost an unbelievable human being. A finer man I don't think I've ever met. And with your blessing, the players and the staff would like to dedicate this year's championship to the one and only Sandy Jardine. Thank you very, very much.
When he returned to work at the club in a non-playing role, he was based in the government stand, so it is entirely fitting that stand is now renamed in his honour. Ladies and gentlemen, in memory of a Rangers legend and a truly great man, the Sandy Jardine stand.
This is definitely a turning point for Rangers Football Club, and not a turning point in the history of the football club, but a turning point in the future to take it more back to the history, because what we are determined to do is to create a Rangers Football Club that will all start to recognise with the tradition of the football club, both on the field and off the field.
You've finally got your hands on the championship trophy. Is it as good as you imagined?
Yeah, absolutely. For a number of reasons, but two key reasons stick out for me. Firstly, the players, for the efforts on the first day of pre-season. And secondly, the trophy means we're back in the top flight where we belong.
And you obviously see all the pictures that he's got of all the squads with all the trophies, and that's what I want to be doing at Rangers. I want to be winning trophies, I want to be winning leagues, and that's why I came here. And I want to win the league.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I can just formally thank you all for coming here to Ibrox at such a short notice. It's really, really appreciated. We are here, as I'm sure you're all aware, for not the best kept secret, but to announce the appointment of Stephen as the new manager of Rangers Football Club. We are all incredibly excited to have someone of Stephen's calibre and background to come to the club, and we look forward to working with him.
Let's go.
I would not step down if the club continued to need my services and support. It doesn't. I thank all our shareholders and fans for the absolutely magnificent support I have received, despite the personal trials and tribulations. I want to state that being the chairman of Rangers has been being the chairman of Rangers has been by far the greatest privilege of my business life.
The club would like to thank you, the Rangers supporters, for not walking away. We are the people. Thank you.
Wow.
Outstanding. Yeah.
That's in video if you want to see it. It's posted on my Facebook page, and I'm sure people will post it in the lobby, YouTube, etc. Maybe works better in video, but it was just a short taste of the journey, Bridgeman. Very emotive.
Oh yeah. Follow Glasgow Rangers, and we did it, boy. We did it. That's for sure.
I think my view is, GB, that it's galvanised the support. It's galvanised us. We were sleeping. We took my eye off the ball. Didn't realise how important Rangers was to us, and it's galvanised us. And hopefully we'll never go back.
Aye, well said, Ox. I couldn't have put it better if I tried. It's one of the things when you look back, and even for myself, like the stuff that I've early years been through, and then following Rangers as well. I think for a lot of people, it's going to be a big release for them to get back to the top. I don't think it's just got to be about Rangers. I think it's got to be about a journey with their friends and family and stuff like that as well. So, like he says, it's just it's got to be a monumental moment when we get 55. And like I says, there's a lot, when you're listening to that video, there's a lot of people in the videos that we should remember and thank. I mean, because there's a lot of players even in that 2013 squad. A lot of guys didn't have to come and stick with Rangers, but they did. Especially like Lee McCulloch and stuff like that. For me, all these players should have a point in time when we lift the title for us to say thank you to them, because they were part of the journey, and they did get us back to where we belong.
There's a lot of players in there, maybe the managers. I know initially you were very fond of the boy Warburton, Bridgeman.
Oh yes, I liked him. Magic hat. I thought he was superb. And then of course,
him or the song you like, Bridge?
I like both, but I liked his way of
How did that song go again? I can't.
Warburton is magic. He wears a magic hat.
He's easy, isn't he, GB?
Yeah, is that?
That was brilliant. I just loved that. I could have sung all day and all night. I did. It's magic. You know that Ibrox was ringing wet. Absolutely. Don't mean ringing wet, but it was ringing. That song was the ring. Fantastic. Something about it. But unfortunately for us, after a short space of time, we saw the dirty deeds going on with him and his football man. What do you call him? Director of football and his assistant.
Frank, the best in the world. I was surprised at Davy Weir, but then sometimes things happen in life. Yes,
I can only say there must have been a lot of money involved. There could have been a lot of money involved.
They went to Forest. Yes, yeah. GB.
No, I was going to say to Bridgeman there that Warburton kind of, I think at that time we had awfully high expectations of him because he obviously had Davy Weir next to him and stuff like that. But that seemed to quickly fade away in our first season back. And I think he's even said in an interview that we as fans probably had our expectations were probably too high at that point in time because we were still trying to build. Would that be fair to say, do you think?
Aye, our expectations I think came through the semi-final when we played superb, and the Bridgeman said it woke them up. They sleepwalked into it. They thought they only had to turn up. We beat them in penalties. We still won the match. We were a better team. And we were on a high. Maybe gave us a false high. Maybe.
That's one of the happiest events I've been to as a Ranger, just because of the timing. And we were singing at the end there, "You're getting sacked in the morning."
Pretty much did, didn't he?
That's exactly what happened. He went. How many their managers have we seen off in a very short time? We've seen them off, boy. We've seen them off.
Well, I hope the other one gets the one in place at the moment gets a contract, mate. I'm going to be honest with you.
Apparently, they're going to. If we win the league, we're going to apparently put another petition out.
I'm no one for spreading rumours, as you know. You know that, GB. You know me.
No,
I don't spread rumours. You know that. But don't be surprised if they announce he's gone the day after we win the league to try and take the headline. Don't be surprised.
That'll be hard push, Stocks, I tell you, because I was driving about, and I want to give a shout out to whoever it was in Bellshill the day who put up.
I seen that.
Whoever put up Scotty Arfield on top of the bridge. That was just class, and this is just the start of it. It's just going to keep coming and coming.
Here for all the boys out there, if you got your email with the t-shirts in them for the Hummer, if you didn't get your email, no luck.
Put it quite like that, but that's brilliant, nevertheless. Too
If
bad.
you got your email, you're in. If you didn't get your email, no luck. Can't put it any fairer than that, can I, Bridge?
That was brilliant, man. Just brilliant. Love it. Just love it.
Well, it's got the t-shirts. It's got the t-shirts and everything.
I want to phone round the Blues bars to try and find out where these are.
You got an email. Don't try to kid on you, never.
Not definitely.
He's fair.
You know?
I don't think I'd come back for a night out with you.
Oh,
Bridge can't come, but I've just asked him to give off his wallet for the night. Yeah.
Off his wallet. I can't do that. She's sitting in the living room.
Just give me your card with the three, and give me the three back. The numbers are back. That'll be fine, Bridge. Don't worry about it. Right, okay. Marvelous. We better get these lines open. Brilliant, Gary. We'll keep on this theme. I think people's thoughts, what their highs, lows were, what it's done to the support. I really do think it's galvanised the support. We were I think we proved we are the greatest fans in the world. Proved it.
The show, this show proves it, Ox. That's what I'm saying. Like, you hear all different ages and that phoning in, and we're all excited about what's coming. And I think it'll continue. By the way, I think our current manager's helped galvanise us as well.
He's part of this. He's part of this project, a big part of it. But I think the supports woke up and they put their shoulder to the wheel, and they're pushing and doing everything they can. For example, it's only a small thing. The thing you two talked about the other night there, with the app, people spending more money just to help the club out. Let's be honest, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Bridge, you were coming in there, mate, sorry.
No, I forgot it's gone, pal. Do you know what I was thinking when I was talking to you?
Thought you were behind your wall.
I was away singing the Magic Hat again.
Give us a blast.
No. I've spoiled you enough. Oh, Warburton is magic. He wears a magic hat.
How'd it go? Warburton is magic. He wears a magic hat.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. He could have stayed in England.
He says no. You know what?
And when we get promoted, we're going for 55.
That's right. And we're here. Just about here now. And you know the other one I loved, by the way, the boys made it was that we're on tobacco, we're on our way. I just love it. I just love that. How will we get there? I don't know. When will we get there? He's not certain. All we know is we are on our way. Just fantastic.
Now you can see how he's not getting in the Hummer, Gary.
One half in flying. No, Bridgeman, brilliant.
It must look absolutely mental when these songs get played and I'm up there singing. 70-year-old man standing at Ibrox singing all these stupid songs and feeling the way I feel. Just incredible.
Bridgeman, that caller we were speaking about the other night there with Tav and stuff like that in the VN, I mean, it just shows you how far these songs they get to them, because even Tavernier, when the question was asked about the songs, even the gaffer was telling Tavernier about certain songs and stuff like that, so they all know, they must love it. There's not many clubs out there that create wee songs to sing and stuff like that, so it's a thing that they'll always keep with them.
Can I ask you two a question?
Bridge, we've got a caller coming in.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
No, carry on, Bridge.
I was going to say, what would you be telling the players right in this day? Knowing what's in front of them, what would you be telling them? How can we win this? How would you be able to advise them? What would you say? Get tore right in, or hold your leash and just calm down and so on and so forth.
No,
what would you do?
Play with the head, not with the heart. And I would say
Aye.
that you've got a chance. They've got a chance to make themselves just written in the stars in the history books forever. I mean, remember, we're still in Europe, Bridge, and you never know where it will take you. Anyway, we've been joined by Davy from Spain. Hello, Davy. Oh, I think he's gone. Davy.
Hola, Davy.
Hola. Come on, Davy.
Hola, mi amigo español.
Dos Spurs. Right, okay. Davy's on. He's on a silent, Bridge, man. He's not even on mute. He's just on silent, Bridge.
He's having a siesta.
You've got a chance to make yourself, and I mean, legends, GB, yeah.
Bodies were. Oh, who's that? Oh, you've gone again.
Oh, shush. Carry on.
Aye, no, legends. I mean, they're probably up at Auchterhowie. They're walking past photos, ex-players and trophies and all the rest of it, and they've got a chance now to be up in they was, you know what I mean, forevermore for the next generation coming through. To see at this point in time, that was a team that got Rangers 55, and
especially also, guys, like if they can go through the season undefeated. All right, we've done it 19 early century when we played 18-1-18. But in modern football, we've not done it, and where we are and where we've been, and to come back and win the league like that. But if we do it, I don't think it's that important. But if we can, we should. Yeah.
And we're doing it in style, Ox. We're not just coming back and we've just got air the line and just won 55 or anything like that. Like you say, we're in the potential that we're going to have a high points total. We've got to be hopefully undefeated. And like you say, still in Europe as well.
Yeah.
So
hello, Davy.
Hi guys, how are we?
How we doing, mate? All right?
Aye, good. I've been listening to you talking about the journey, and it does make you think.
Aye.
Reminiscing back, and you're right. The Alloa game's one that sticks right in my head.
Mate, there's a lot, mate. There's a lot, but there's some points that stick out worse than other. That was a bad tune. I remember Easter Road. I think we get beat 4-0 with Hibs. That was sore when Graham McDowell took over. And there's been a lot of sore events in it. Murrable in the playoff, getting humiliated at Murrable.
Both legs, because there's two legs, isn't there?
Aye.
We got humped in both legs. But anyway, good guy.
The final, the cup final as well.
Aye, and look where we are now.
Hibs, I know. What I was phoning for, boys, was do you actually think we're getting enough credit now? I'm maybe sorry to mention it, but I do listen to a bit of that Clyde Super Scoreboard.
Oh, if you want us to get credit, David, you're listening to the RC, the clues on the tin, mate. and we're not going to get credit on there, but we'll not get any credit for anybody till we get the ribbons round the cup and it's finalised. Then everybody's going to have to just doff their hats and bow.
It was just the way they said, it's just been all about that mob, how crap they are.
I think I'll say it again, David, you're listening to that place, the clues on the tin.
No, Davey, you're right, mate. Like I says, out with that radio station, there is the papers, and I see it across a lot of the social media side. It is a lot about the other side rather than the praise. I mean, there's us. We won the other night there in Europe, and it was awfully low key. There wasn't like, Rangers are still in the tie or looking to progress.
That was Barcelona. It's been lauded everywhere.
Exactly, and let us say the goals and stuff like that, and it was been getting talked about all over the place. You know what I mean? And again, it's just it's a shame because especially the team and the gaffer, they deserve the plaudits because it's some amount of hard work, especially through this pandemic and all the rest of it, to try and keep themselves right and keep training and keep focused and stuff like that. I mean, everybody's got worries outside their work and stuff like that. But these guys have been able to keep their focus for all this time. You know what I mean? And hats after them. You know what I mean? It's a good mental strength there.
Davey, I think it's really galvanised the fans and what we're throwing. Listen, there's people in different parts of the world can't get to the games. There's guys at work on the weekends can't get to the games.
I'm one of them.
They're all bears, mate. People get lives to lead and they take on. It doesn't take away people's passion for the Rangers and what it means to them. And this will be a special
I've seen Declan Rice get involved. They talk sport.
Aye, it's going to be a special time, a special day, maybe a special week or a special month when I go on the drink. But when for all the Rangers fans, young and old, I mean, you've got the older guys like Bridge, and then you get younger guys like me and Gaz, you know.
Brilliant.
Nothing wrong with that.
Can I come in a minute?
Yes, mate.
There you go, Bridge.
Oh, sorry, I thought he was answering you there. I apologise.
That's all right.
I'm just going to say, it's Dave, isn't it? Davey from
Davey,
Spain.
aye, thank you.
Whereabouts in Spain, Davey?
We're in Torrevieja.
Oh, nice one.
Torrevieja. Oh, by the way, just talking about Spain, Mr. S. Kippers contacted me and wants to know, did you learn the lingo during the Spanish Civil War, Bridge?
Very good. Very good indeed. Can I just ask you, you know, oh God Almighty, it's gone now. It just flies right in my head. Dear. Listen, can I just say to you, you will not get any credit. Rangers will not get any credit at least until another 10 years is up. You just won't get it because they're entrenched. The bigots and toxic people are all entrenched in every level of the radios, the TV, the newspapers. There is not one anywhere near the way we think on football. No, not one of them.
Guys, I always think that we'd have went right through the leagues if it hadn't been contrived to send Hearts down that season, which were obviously a Premier League team, or we'd have went right through every league, no bother.
It worked out all right for him. It's not where you start, it's where you finish, mate. And look where we are.
Exactly. Just one before I go, boys. What's your prediction score-wise for Thursday?
I'm going 2-0 Rangers, mate.
Brilliant. All guys?
I'll go 3-1 Rangers.
3-1 Rangers. I'm going
for a 1-0. In case you don't know, I'm going for a 1-0.
Has anybody got goal scorers?
I'm going for the Buff to get the 2, mate. There you go.
I'm going for him for the 1.
I'll go Joe Aribo again.
I'd need to stick with big man again. I'll be saying Morelos and 2-0 to you, big man. Thank you very much, boys.
Yes, David. Speak to you soon, brother.
It's been a pleasure. Take care.
All the best,
speak to you near the party.
Yes,
speak to you near the party.
Listen, we've been joined by Hugh. Hugh's for the Plymouth True Blues. Hugh, thanks for posting that video. How we doing, mate?
Hiya, guys. You all right, everybody?
Brilliant. Thanks for that, mate. I'll tell you what, it was uncanny that appeared today. Young Gary had contacted me to say what we're going to chat about tonight, and his topic was the journey, and lo and behold, you posted that.
No
Seriously,
problem. I'll get it posted on Rangers Radio Facebook later.
Thanks very much, mate. Give your thoughts, mate.
Just about what you said about the Rangers getting plaudits in Scotland. We'll get none. We'll get nothing. But see,
do we care?
No. The thing is that from Plymouth, everybody I see in the street down here, I'm wearing my Rangers stuff, and they're saying, "Wow, the Rangers are flying, amazing, unbelievable, keep it going." And that's where you'll get the plaudits. So you're seeing it on like Bet365 and all the Twitter accounts and Amazon and all them. They're posting it galore. They're loving it. We'll not see the plaudits in Scotland. We'll see them elsewhere.
I agree, mate. I agree. GB, you might not see that, but there is some of the articles that have been in the press down south have been very complimentary. Some of the national radio stations, TalkSport and 5 Live, complimentary. Radio Clyde, BBC Scotland, you wouldn't know what's happening.
No, you're right, Ox. And it kind of shows through, because even when like Steven Gerrard's peers are talking about him and stuff like that in podcasts and stuff like that, they're talking about Rangers more than it's shocking, more than our local journalists and stuff like that. Like, they're actually praising Steve. Like, they know how hard it's been for Steven Gerrard to build that squad, and how his backroom team have had to be moulded as well to help coach the players and recruit right and have the. I mean, Steven Gerrard can't thank the board enough for being loyal to him and stuff like that. And this is all getting put out air podcasts, like you say, for down south and stuff like that. And yet up here, I mean, you're maybe getting the odd, oh, Rangers won again today, and you're like, really, was it just a win? I mean, I don't get why they should be promoting it. If they moan about our game not having as much money and broadcasting rights and all the rest of it, they should be on top of Rangers and promoting them as a business. You know what I mean, to try and encourage more sponsors into the game.
Use the biggest asset Scottish football's got the Snooze, Rangers Football Club and Steven Gerrard, MBE, and they're not using it. You?
Exactly. They should be promoting his face everywhere, but they've not got the brain cells or the capacity to even think about that. So it's up to them.
Too busy hiring a new compliance officer before they even promote their own Scottish league. I mean, it's crazy.
Exactly.
You know, anything planned? Obviously, it's very difficult at the moment because we're still going to be in lockdown, when it looks as if we're going to win it in the next 3 weeks or so. I was hoping that maybe some of the restrictions would be lifted and we could really go for it, you know, but I'm sure that at the right time, maybe the day we get the flag, it'll be one massive party at the right time here.
It'll be unbelievable. It'll be a party. It'll measure on the Richter scale.
How's the new clubhouse gone?
Yeah, it's fantastic. Obviously, things are a bit tough at the minute. We can't do nothing there, but I've been in a few times doing a bit of DIY with some help with other boys and that.
Right.
But we're moving slowly, obviously because of the situation, but we're getting there.
How's Big Lee?
I not heard from him for a while.
Right.
Loads of us had a Zoom call last night, about 10 of us, talking about, as you said, the party. We're all like discussing ideas left, right, and centre what we're going to do. But I'll keep you posted about that one.
All right, we had a fabulous weekend down there. We used boys, mate. Loved every minute of it.
You're more than welcome when all this COVID situation lifts.
That was one of the times I had to get a new liver on the Monday.
That's what you call a good night.
Yes, Gary.
It was just to ask a question to Hugh. Hughes, you were saying about the folk down your way are talking about Rangers and seeing how well they're doing, stuff like that. What are they saying about the way we're playing and stuff like that, and our actual players? What do they think about Tavernier and stuff like that?
I think it's the European results that's making them stand up here, isn't it?
Yes. It's they're rhyming off players now. It's like me telling you about Rangers players. They're telling me about Rangers players. They're saying this guy Aribo, this guy Hadji, mentioning everybody's names. I'm just I'm getting excited because they're talking about Rangers, and then it's just like a ping pong ball back and forth, the conversation. I'm just loving it, and everybody's spirits is lifted, and they're happy to see a new.
I'm on the phone.
A new resurgence coming through in football.
Brilliant, mate.
You're right. And plus, I think the Gerrard effect has maybe got us. He was very, very popular in English football, you know. But he's obviously people have started maybe looking at us in favourable. They've never maybe bothered before. It's been a big factor. Plus, I think the Gerrard. Do you get a show in the background there, mate? You just turn it
No,
down,
I'm not. I'm sitting in a dark room.
All right, mate, it might be Rudy who's joined us, but he'll turn it off. He knows better.
It was me.
He'll need to sit in the naughty step for
bloody
a few
shocker,
minutes.
I'll tell you.
I need to sit in the naughty step. He knows better.
It was me, Ox. Sorry about that.
That's all right. You're on the naughty step. Right.
I'm desperate to know what you had for your dinner, Rudy.
Oh, they're lovely. Let me spicy chicken curry tonight.
Shush.
Oh,
Shush,
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm on mute, Rudy.
The two yous are on mute. Carry on, Rudy. The Hugh, the floor's all you. So rude. Hugh, I can only apologise. Yeah. Nah, man, I think it must be the school the two of them went to.
Oh. What a shocker.
Carry on, you, then we'll bring Rudy in. Bridge can defrost. But it's just we're galvanising, we're getting new supporters, new fans all the time. The European results, oh yeah.
Oh, totally. Everybody just taking an interest from near and far. It's just unreal the interest that's just been shown now. Doesn't need to be Liverpool fans looking at what Gerard's saying.
No,
it's other
not
people.
at all.
Plymouth Argyle fans are talking to me. Man City fans are talking to me. Just back and forth, everything. Like, even as you say, the nights in Europe has just escalated that so much more as well.
Yeah. It's been a. I've got to take my hat off to boys like yourselves, mate. When you have done that, travelling up and down to Ibrox, travelling up and down on the journey. I don't think people realise, how easy it is when you're maybe local. You guys are doing that 10, 12-hour drives, mate, on the coaches, overnight drives, flying up for Exeter just to follow the Rangers. It's superb, mate. Absolutely superb.
It's never a chore, always a pleasure.
I wonder if you thought that in some of the runs and some of that football you were watching. But we've got there in the end, mate. Eh?
Oh yeah, just let us back into the stadiums now. We'll love it.
Aye. I think if we did open that stadium, I think there'd be about 250,000 would turn up, mate, try to get in when we win that league flag. Anyway, we've been joined by Rudy Bear. Evening, Rudy.
Evening, Ox. Evening, Bridgeman's GB. Let me apologise to Hugh. Sorry about that, mate.
Don't worry about it.
No problem.
Rudy.
I had a nice wee spicy chicken curry the night, Bridgeman. There you go. It was lovely. So it was nice wee spicy chicken curry. I just think it's going to be so emotional, Ox. And I've got a 200 quid bottle of whiskey there waiting to get opened. You know what I mean? I was keeping it for a special occasion.
£200 bottle of whiskey. Have you checked emails?
It's looking at me every time I walk into the kitchen, sitting there, and it's just waiting. And two mates, regardless of the situation is, who are coming for a wee drama to it as well. It's going to be so emotional, Ox, in all honesty. I think back to all the people that we've lost in the last day.
Mate.
So we'll not just be celebrating for us, we'll be celebrating for them as well, Ox, And I often think
to the O2 messaging service. The person you are calling is unable to take your call.
Months, I've kind of thought of, you think about the young bears and Berettes that have never seen their team win a league championship. We've been through it all, we've done it all, we've been there, we've saw it, But I think all the kids, the wee Rangers supporting kids, that thing that you did last week, the Zoom calls and all that with James Tavernier, it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant thing for the club today, for the wee ones, for the wee Bears and Berettes, and for them to be able to finally see their team, win a league championship and be Kings of Scotland for the 55th time. It'll be their first league title. That's going to be so emotional as well, really, And it's right what you say, Ox. You look at them across the road, across the other side of the city, thousands of them demanding season ticket money back. Where would our club have been if our fans had done that through the bad times? We never did, not once. Nobody did. They went out and bought tens of thousands, went out and bought their season tickets. I was out with my nephew and my mate. They started the season after admin. I was standing there, I was looking at all the bricks and I was looking at all the names, and we've got friends and family who've got bricks there, and we went to see the bricks and we hadn't bothered for a while, so we went to see all them while we were there getting the season tickets. And that was such an emotional day. There's thousands of bears there that day, piling their money into the club, getting their season tickets. And they knew where we were going to be playing at the Bolton Scottish Football. And knew we're within touching distance of being Kings of Scotland for the 55th time, Ox. It's been a long, hard road. It's been a struggle at times. but we've never once have we ever wavered in the support for our club, Ox. Not once. And I think the fans, the support, the Rangers support worldwide, I think the Rangers support should take a huge slice of credit for what's happened to the club on the road back in that adventure we've been on for the last decade, Ox.
Highs and lows just before I bring Amanda in, who'll need to behave herself. Carry on.
The gubbins after them, I have to say, that was kind of hard to take. It was hard to stomach that, standing there right to the final whistle after taking a leathering off them, I have to say that was pretty bad. Some of the players that we had to watch as well. I was at the Alloa game, there 20 minutes to go, we're 2-0 up and we get beat 3-2, and there's loads you could pick, Ox, but then you had the highs, like the Scottish Cup semi-final at Hampden. That was an incredible day, So there's highs and lows, isn't there? There's loads of them. You could sit here all night talking about all the highs, But there's going to be no bigger high, Ox, than there will be in 2 or 3 weeks' time. That'll be the biggest high of them all when we finally get.
All right. I'm glad you mentioned that. I'll come back to maybe at Hampden. Me and Fox stood at Hampden watching that semi-final when they gubbed us, mate, and it could have been 10-0.
Oh, it was hard, wasn't it?
Anyway, we've been joined by Amanda.
Good evening. Sorry, having a bit of technical issues tonight. My technical team's not working very well.
Your line is
well, I was nearly, because you heard me shouting, I'm on the phone.
Yes.
My technical team are annoying me. No, my memory is the time we went to Parkhead for a game, and we ended up with a ticket but no seat, and they stuck us in the disabled enclosure. I says, now that's handy, you've got a ticket but no seat. So my God, I think we won 2-0 that day, and it was the best view we ever had here. Celtic Rangers game, we were right in the middle of the action. But no, memories of the ups and downs. I mean, the downs, going to places like Dingwall and sitting in the pouring rain on a Friday night and coming back on a Saturday morning at God knows what time, and just the highs. There have been so many highs since we started this journey. Beating Celtic's always a high. That's always a high for me, beating them, as for any Rangers supporter. But just the highs have just been so many. This season in particular, beating them, Parkhead, beating them at Ibrox, all the games we've won this year, European runs we've had in the last couple of years, Manchester and all that, going to Manchester.
And that was before. That was before.
Aye. But, it's just the highs are just amazing this season alone, you know what I mean? And the fans, the amount of Rangers fans worldwide that you don't even know are there, Guys, as you say, that travel from Northern Ireland every other Saturday to the games when they can get up, and guys that are travelling to down south and all that every week, doing maybe an 8-hour journey to get here and back, you know what I mean? It's amazing, but I just think, their club is in such a high, and it really is, and it's been quite an emotional show tonight, I must admit. It's been quite emotional for me listening to that, the journey.
Emotional show, Amanda. We'll have you in tears. Fox has got a speech in the house. Bridgeman's going to buy a drink. There'll be tears then as well.
But I think it's just listening to that clip, especially when they were listening. Alan McCoy was saying, "You are the heartbeat of this club. You, the fans, are the ones that have kept this club going." I mean, that is so true. If it wasn't for guys, as that guy was saying a minute ago, plowing their money and their thousands into the club with their season tickets and their buying their merchandise and all that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I've said enough.
Right.
Can I come in now?
Yeah, on you go, Hugh.
Just to say, I know we said that the last decade, what we've been through, and the banter years and whatnot. Winning 55, will that be the full stop to all that, and then we'll look to the future, or do we always look back, or do we move forward now after this?
Well, that's a great question, Hugh. I don't think you ever forget, but history's only there to teach you. I'll pass you to our Rangers historian, because he's been at the Moor since the Civil War. That's American Civil War. Bridgeman.
No, when we get to win this title, we'll cherish it. We will cherish it. and then we'll start to build up our resources and reserves, and we will go again next season. We will not stay at 1. We will not stay at 1-1. It will be the next one challenge will be 56, and then 57, and so on and so forth. We will not go backwards. That's every Rangers' hope and their dreams. We will not go backwards. We want to never to go back to where we were, and we want to be where we are now, top of the league. That's what we want. Top of the league. Best in.
I agree totally. I think that, it's like teaching a toddler to walk. They start in small steps and then they get to the running stage. You know what I mean? It's a bit like that when you're building a team, isn't it? You start